Millions of dollars from the state budget is on its way to Roanoke to support the city's growing biotech industry. WDBJ7's Colby Johnson reports on the research facility coming to the Star City.
Back in 2023, the city of Roanoke received $15.7 million from the state to convert this Carillion-owned building behind me on South Jefferson Street into biotech lab space. Now, this year's General Assembly has given the city an additional $4 million to further renovate the building and add lab space needed to bring in a cell and gene therapy company.
The reason it was attractive to the city is because Carillion and Virginia Tech are starting to talk more to these kinds of companies. And this was a way of sort of getting out ahead of that and seeing if there's additions that we can make into that building that would help attract some of those companies.
The idea for the facility stems from a partnership between the city, Carillion, the Roanoke-Blacksburg Innovation Alliance, Virginia Tech, and Virginia Western. It will house research space for spin-off companies of Carillion and Virginia Tech.
Instead of moving to Boston or to Raleigh when you have a spin-off, you can stay here, walk up the street, and do the work there. And so since that time, we started to notice that there's been more interest in cell and gene therapy companies which require clean rooms and sort of different kinds of equipment and things like that.
The facility will include different types of lab spaces, a meeting space, and an innovation studio. Mark Nelson says the work of Carillion and Virginia Tech is making Roanoke a hub for biotech innovation.
Their research has really been cutting edge, and they're starting to attract teams from around the country. There's also the Roanoke-Blacksburg Innovation Alliance has created a stickiness in the ecosystem that has tied most of that together. So the city plays a role in helping fill some of the needs for facilities and things like that.
Nelson says the facility will create 250 jobs within 5 years. He says it will have direct and indirect economic benefits.
Being known as a research hub and an academic center is an excellent thing for any community. But then alongside of that, when you have that kind of growth, you bring in people from different teams and different researchers who move in from out of the area. They bring with them their disposable income. They buy houses. They shop here.
The city says the goal is to have all the lab spaces complete and the building open by the end of the year. In Roanoke, Colby Johnson, WDBJ 7.